The positive bunnies in the blue tent.
Yeah, yeah, positive bunny.
All right. I want you to diagnose the Eagles offense and what they should do, right? You saw some good things amidst the turnovers. You know the state of the run game. You know the state of the O-line. What's your best advice to proceed offensively?
I mean, a lot of this stuff is concentration, and concentration leads to execution. Like the drop passes have to stop. Like that's not who they should be. You're paying these guys, like, and it's a bad coaching point to say catch the ball, but why are you dropping it? Like, is it more time on the jug machine? Is it looking into your hands? There's a fundamental to catching the ball. There just is. I mean, if AJ's got both hands extended and Cam Hart has pulled his arm down, like there's something that AJ could do in that spot to make sure that he secures the catch. So I would say get back to the fundamentals of the game, like looking the ball into your hands. All right. Just not reaching out carelessly with one hand. If you, like somebody said, well, AJ should catch that ball with one hand. Well, I go, that's not the fundamentals of football. When if you can put two hands on a ball, you put two hands on a ball. If Odell Beckham, can reach back and catch, okay, that's fine. But that's not how you're supposed to do it. If you could get two hands on a ball, you get two hands on a ball. If with the one penalty that bugs me more than any other penalty in football, and I saw it last night a bunch, is these wide receivers blocking on the perimeter that are grabbing jerseys. Like you should never grab somebody's jersey out there ever. There's ways to block these guys without ever putting your hands on them. You can shield them. You can keep your feet moving. Penalties, in large part, are the result of being out of position. So the way you get in position is by good feet, keep your feet underneath it, and keep your eyes on the target. Like you would eliminate a lot of defensive pass interference penalties and illegal contact and all that stuff if you played with your feet. And that's what the Eagles did last week. The defensive backs played very well with their feet last week. And so I'd get back to the fundamentals. And then, look, if the quarterback, you can't legislate how the quarterback plays, whether it's Jalen Hurts or Stafford. You can't they have to play what they see. You could train them all week. Play action, speedo route, post dig, read the free safety drives on the dig, you throw the post. I mean, there's some basic fundamentals to this thing, but the ball does have to come out on time. And so that's something that I would be rehearsing with Jalen, just even in individual drills and warm-up drills, get the ball out fast, and then get the location.
Would you continue with an expansive pass game? This week's weather aside, because it's going to be cold and windy, but would you continue trying to, expand the pass game? Or would you go back to what they always do, which is like the turtle offense? Rely on your defense and try to grind out a win.
This is the Raiders, and I played on a bad team. Like the Raiders are a bad team. And typically what happens to bad teams is they can focus and they can come off the plane and they can have their game faces on and they could probably play, play a close game for a little while, but eventually the wheels come off. And when they come off, they can't really stop it. Now we'll see what Pickett does this week. We know that he's got small hands. He's not a very elusive guy. We know, it's going to be windy, probably cold. Like, has he got a glove on? Like, I would go test that arm of his, and see if he can hang on to the ball. Like, this is a game, honestly, if I'm an Eagle defender, selfishly, I'm looking for my numbers. If I'm Jordan Davis and I'm going up against Meredith or one of these, weak-ass offensive linemen of theirs, like, I'm thinking about just abusing them and getting the ball out of Kenny Pickett's hands. Like, for Pro Bowl voting is coming up. Like, this is a week to get your numbers, and so whatever that might be, tip balls, like getting the ball out of Pickett's hands, like, getting to Pickett, running your twist stunts. They're not very good about picking them up. They're not very well coached. This shouldn't be, after halftime, this game should not be close.
Yeah. Yeah. How about like big picture, looking ahead to the playoffs and all that? how would you proceed offensively? Like that's really the question. Would you turtle up, or would you be the turtle offense, or would you try to, you know, be expansive in the pass game and risk the turnovers?
Well, sometimes the conditions in December affect how aggressive you are.
Right.
Like I watched Sean Payton last week beat the Raiders. Like didn't throw a ball past 10 yards the whole day, not once. Like they played a very conservative style, not turtle, but conservative. They did not throw any go balls. They literally held the ball and choked the Raiders out in the middle of the octagon by holding it for 40 minutes. And it was 7-7, it was 14-7, and then the game blew open, and the Raiders couldn't move the ball outside of the opening drive of the game, and they just blew the game open. Like something, but can be dictated by circumstances. They played indoors at Allegiant Stadium, but I felt like Sean Payton wanted to play a particular style because they might have to play that style in a playoff game. That's what I think. Sean might like fight me on that. That's fine, but that's what it looked like. But
Yeah, it looked like that to me too. It's funny. I'm what are they doing? Like, how come they're so concerned? I'm thinking, well, maybe it's that what you said, that at some point you're gonna have to play like that, and then maybe it's they don't want to show anything because it's the Raiders, so we're gonna go completely vanilla and kind of do that. But I thought the same thing you did. Like that, it was odd how they attacked them.
Well, let me ask you this about Jalen. You got a pipeline inside there. How much of it is like he's going to play his own game, regardless of what's called, right?
Yeah.
So I would think that after the game that he played last week, and it wasn't all his fault, but when you turn the ball over like that, I'm not really even going to count the fumble off the interception. That's I don't even think he had the ball long enough for it to be a fumble. But regardless, I just feel like he's not going to let that happen again. And he's going to go back to his old ways. Like if it's not there, he's not throwing it, which is fine. They've won a lot of games with that style. But what he has compensated with throughout his career is he's been an excellent deep ball thrower. He just has. He puts the ball like beyond, like he just has a good touch on it.
Yes.
Go back to week 1 against the Cowboys when we hit that deep ball to John.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He has a good touch. So you want to go play action and take some shots against this Raiders secondary, and outside of Max Crosby, they don't really have much of a pass rush. So take your shots and play conservative. That's fine. And as long as you can run the ball, they're decent against. You'll see Thomas Booker, the ex-Eagle, in there. They're pretty good against the run. Like they come down and Jamal Adams will come down and strike you. They're okay, but I would continue to work on the run game. I thought Malata played really well last week, and so I feel like play to your strengths, run the ball, take your shots, and just continue to go back to your ways of we're not putting the ball in harm's way, and just get a win.
Yeah, no, I'm so with you. I was talking about Mailata earlier. I want more off the edge stuff. I want to attack the edges more with Saquon. I mean, look, Mailata is the guy that I want to run behind, man. Like I want to do that. I know the tight ends present an issue. I get it, but come on, man. Like you got to be more out. You got to give me more off the edges.
I want to see Malata on toss crack with him pulling out there. A quarterback, you can put quarterback, whether it's toss or quarterback keeper. I want to see him out there on the perimeter. Like there's just not many people that can run like that and can get out of his stance the way he does. And then, just some basic, wide zones where you really like stretching them and letting Saquon, find some daylight, let him make the cuts, let him make the decisions.
But here's the problem, Baldy. You're spot on. But the quarterback has to be under center. Like he's got to be under.
I think the wide zone is much better with the quarterback under center, and then you have all of the options and play action.
You're going to run a stretch play. I mean,
yeah, no, I look. I mean, you can run stretch and give it a short toss. You can. It's just not. It's a slower play.
It is.
It just seems slower.
And that's their run game. Their run game is slow developing. When you see those inside zones, you wonder why there's penetration. It's a slow developing run game. And the quarterback has to embrace being under center. He
Yeah.
fights it. I mean,
Well, you saw last night with Kirk Cousins and Bijan. Like they got some good wide zone runs, against Tampa last night.